want to thank everyone for taking this afternoon to join our webinar on Beyond the Infrastructure AWS Services on the SAP Digital Core. My name is Alex Thomas. I'm the VP of Professional Services here at CONTAX. And joining me today is a great group of speakers from CONTAX and AWS who will walk us through some of the AWS service offerings that complement your SAP ERP digital transformation. For today's agenda, we'll do a quick introduction on CONTAX, followed by an overview of why SAP and AWS are the perfect match. In addition to hosting your SAP workloads on the cloud, AWS offers 200 plus services, which grows every year to help customers innovate on the cloud. Today, we're going to focus on a few that we feel complement nicely with your SAP Digital Core. These AWS services we're going to provide a quick overview are automated tools to migrate, deploy, and manage your SAP workloads, Amazon Textract, a machine learning optical character recognition service, Amazon Forecasts, which uses machine learning to deliver highly accurate forecast, and Amazon QuickSight is a scalable serverless embeddable machine learning powered business intelligence service built for the cloud. If you have any questions, feel free to write them in the chat box anytime during this webinar. We'll review all questions at the end of the presentation. We'll be recording this session and all attendees will receive a link. CONTAX has been implementing and supporting and maintaining SAP ERP systems for nearly 30 years. We are one of the oldest SAP value-added resellers in North America, specialized in rapid and cost-effective ERP solutions for the small to mid-sized market, as well as providing SAP consulting services for large-scale enterprises. We are one of the few Canadian-owned SAP partners that have achieved AWS Advanced Consulting status, launched over 30 plus SAP workloads to the AWS cloud, and received our AWS SAP competency and map for SAP. These are two specialized certifications that are validated and recognized by AWS, and only a few have been achieved by partners in North America. Here are a few key points that differentiates us from our competitors. We made a decision very early on that all our consultants will be hired full-time employees, which means we do not use subcontractors. This gives us the ability to move quick, be agile, and offer flexibility. Our emphasis is always on client relationships first. We work with our client business partners to find ways to enhance their company's investment in technology and business systems. Our goal with any customer engagement is to develop a trusted advisor relationship. And lastly, we are a pure affordable player in both the SAP and AWS community. We are a global organization with offices in North America, Netherlands, and Australia. We have over 120 professional consulting staff members providing ongoing support services with 100 plus customers, mainly operating in North America. I'm going to hand this over to Srinath from AWS, who's going to explain a little bit more about why AWS and their relationship with SAP.
Thank you so much, Alex. Hi, everyone. This is Srinath Midi. I'm a senior solutions architect with AWS. I'm specialized in SAP. I have 15 years of experience. I work with my partners like CONTAX, and we help SAP customers to bring their workloads onto AWS. It is very important. As part of my role, I help customers with their migration strategy, achieving operational excellence, and then securing their SAP workloads on AWS. I want to welcome each and every one of you to this presentation. Thanks for taking out the time and joining this presentation. I want to quickly talk about why SAP customers choose AWS and the partnership between SAP and AWS, and then talk about some of the innovations that's happening on AWS platform for SAP workloads. And then I'll be handing it over to my back to one of the speakers who will take you through additional services that we have on AWS for SAP workloads. So here are the primary reasons that we often hear from customers are during over the period of years that we have seen customers saying. There are more than 5,000 customers that run SAP on AWS. One important reason is like unmatched experience. AWS is the pioneer in cloud computing. We have over 13 years of experience uh, in the space of innovations for SAP workloads, which started in 2008. This is the most compared to any other cloud provider that are out there in the market. And the second one is customer choice and flexibility. At AWS, we work backwards from customer requirements. We always start with customer requirements, and we are proud to say that we are customer obsessed. That's the culture at AWS. We present all the options available on AWS so that the customer can choose the best option that fits into their business requirements. Third one, cost reduction. On average, customers that have migrated to AWS report a 20 to 60% reduction in TCO when they move from on-premises to AWS. And then there are more than 200 plus native cloud services that are available on AWS with which you can innovate, modernize, and transform your business depending on demand and requirements from your business users. AWS has been the most reliable cloud platform based on the uptime and then the reliability that we provide to our customers. This has been called out by various industry researchers and then Gartner reports. Last but not least, security. Security is one of the most important task or important consideration that goes into AWS. Whenever we plan any service, we are constantly investing in this particular aspect. In fact, security is one of the core pillars of AWS well-architected process as well. So it is very important that our global infrastructure adheres to many of the compliancy requirements that SAP workloads demand. I want to quickly show the roadmap and our experience and partnership with SAP. As you see on this timeline, it was started in 2008 when SAP became AWS customer. And as the year progresses, we introduced HANA Quick Starts, and then we started introducing the instances to support SAP HANA database, which is memory intensive, and to support the tough KPI requirements from SAP HANA database. And then we introduced high memory instances, which are purpose built for SAP HANA based workloads. We introduced 6 terabyte in 2018. And the innovation did not stop there. As you see, in 2019, we introduced a 24 terabyte instances, which are native to AWS. So they reside on AWS, and you get the same APIs that you access for other EC2 instances as well. And then latest innovation is AWS Launch Wizard for SAP, which was released in 2020. And we are constantly adding new features to this particular AWS Launch Wizard service. So this is a service that helps you to automate SAP workloads, and you can set up your SAP instance, including infrastructure, under 2 hours. And then in 2021, we already released on-demand high memory instances. So 6 terabyte, 9 and 12 terabyte instances are available as on-demand virtual instances on AWS. And we also launched Rise with SAP on AWS in 2021. Here is a list of customers. This is a subset of 5,000 customers that are running their SAP workloads on AWS. This shows the depth and breadth of AWS platform for SAP workloads. Whichever is the industry vertical that you are in, I'm sure we would be able to find some references if you are interested, and then we can help you with the case studies which are published on our public portal. They will help you to understand how the other customers are innovating on AWS with their SAP workloads. Here is a analyst report that was called out saying that Amazon Web Services is the leader in SAP HANA services. And if you see the gap between us and the next competitor is very wide, that shows the level of maturity of AWS platform and the amount of innovation that's going into SAP HANA based services that we offer. I want to quickly talk about the customer options that are available. Let's assume that you are a customer that are running ECC or R3 or any SAP system at your on-premises. Since SAP has set out a date, the primary support end date for non-SAP HANA database systems as 2027 December, it is very important that you start planning on getting are moving towards the direction that SAP is going to, which is SAP HANA based. So let's assume that you have a business case where you want to simply lift and shift, and then you want to think about modernization. Absolutely fine. AWS totally works with you, and then we work with our partner CONTAX, and then we can help you in that cloud journey. If you also have an option where you can change the database layer to HANA, which is called Suite on HANA, or you can choose to combine your lift and shift and modernize to S/4HANA. Whichever is your use case, we are happy to work with you and then help you to even build a business case so that you can present it to your management as well. If you're already running on S/4HANA, you can lift and shift that onto AWS. And once you are on AWS, that's just the beginning. Migration is simply the beginning of your cloud journey. Once you are on AWS platform, you get to access the various native AWS services that are out there in the area, like analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, or big data related services, depending on your business use case. That not only helps you to reduce the cost and increase innovation, but also you'd be able to modernize your workloads. Quickly, I want to call out some of the benefits that our customers have realized by choosing one or the other option that I discussed in the previous slide. Del Monte, who did lift and shift of ECC R3 to AWS, they reported that they saved about 35% compared to their on-premises, and they got new capabilities in the disaster recovery and high availability space. And then the second one, NBC Universal, ECC on AnyDB to Suite on HANA, they improved performance by 65 to 94% and reduced cost by 20%. And Bristol Myers Squibb, who did S/4HANA migration, they reported they realized 20% reduction in cost, and they got the benefit of our GXP compliance, that our infrastructure has the compliancy. That's some of the benefits they got. And I want to stress on Invista, like once they are already on AWS platform, they were able to further innovate, modernize, and transform using AWS services, like our analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning based services. And they estimated approximately $300 million in operational value. That's the scale that we are talking to once you are on AWS platform, because at AWS we are constantly looking at feedback from our customers and innovating the services. This is my last slide for today before I hand it over to Aaron. I want to quickly emphasize the amount of innovation that is going in each and every layer. AWS Foundation is where we talk about global infrastructure. We are constantly expanding our global infrastructure and we are certifying new instances. We are coming up with the new storage. We recently got our GP3, which is SSD-based storage solution certified for SAP HANA workloads. GP3 offers you like 20% reduction in cost compared to GP2. So that shows the amount of innovation that we are putting in, and we are passing those benefits back to our customers. And if you look at the second layer, which is SAP core offerings, it's being expanded. Whether it is a SAP ECC or Suite on HANA, those are all fully supported on our AWS platform. And we also have SAP co-innovating with us, where they are building SAP SaaS offerings on top of AWS platform. If you look at the beyond this, that's where we have SAP Beyond Infrastructure offering, where we are going to talk more about them in the next part of this presentation, where we are focusing on infrastructure as code, and we are also helping you with DevOps and giving you these frameworks where you can leverage data and analytics and tap into data lakes or big data, or various other services that are being offered. So with that, I want to hand it over to Aaron, who will take us through his presentation. Thank you for the opportunity. And please, if you have any questions, please keep them coming on the chat. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Aaron Arukiraj, and I'm a senior solution architect here at CONTAX. Today, I'll be going over some of the Beyond Infrastructure offerings that we have on offer. To start off with, I'll be looking at some of the tools that AWS provides us to help us easily migrate and deploy and manage SAP when we run these workloads on AWS. Primarily, I'll be going over Launch Wizard, Backend Agent, and Cloud Endure. These are the three tools that really kind of stand out for us in this field. So as Srinath alluded to, AWS and SAP have been in partnership since 2014, helping build native applications for us to help and manage workloads on AWS much better. AWS Quick Starts were well and truly a force to contend with between 2014 and 2019. From 2020 onwards, the Launch Wizard for SAP has been rolled in, and it has made managing workloads really easy. So what is AWS Launch Wizard? AWS Launch Wizard is a guided experience for configuring and deploying SAP software onto AWS infrastructure. It comes with an easy-to-use interface that takes into account instance sizing recommendations and makes sure that they are in alignment with what SAP software requires. It creates cloud formation templates, allowing for us to make landscape changes more easily. So post-deployment, it's a lot easier to handle. SAP NetWeaver, S/4HANA, and HANA workloads are all workloads that are supported by AWS Launch Wizard. And AWS Launch Wizard can also be used for scale-out deployments. AWS Backend Agent. AWS Backend Agent is an SAP certified backup and recovery tool for SAP HANA workloads. It runs natively by integrating the built-in HANA API and integrates this directly into Amazon S3. This allows us to take advantage of the 11.9 durabilities that AWS S3 provides us with. It also leverages the most out of the AWS infrastructure that we have and make sure that we can take as much advantage of network throughput opportunities that AEBS and EC2 provides us with. It also supports full backups, incremental backups, differential backups, and log backups, and all of these get sent up to the cloud. AWS Backend Agent also integrates directly with HANA Cockpit, SAP HANA Studio, and also iSQL commands. This makes the management of these backups a lot easier and a lot simpler, and ensures that SAP Basis consultants can go ahead and still manage SAP HANA databases the same way they would prior. What are the benefits of having an AWS Backend Agent? It's secure, encrypted. Data is encrypted at rest with EBS volumes, and data is encrypted in S3 using either KMS or native S3 encryption. It's the speed optimization is something also that I touched upon earlier, and I've seen speeds of up to 8 minutes to 12 minutes for full backups, which would really make the thing stand out. It's really also really simple to configure, and AWS provides us with regular updates to make sure that we're using the best technology at any point in time. It lowers the RPO that we have for recovering our systems, because now you don't have to worry about space filling up on a disk or infrequency in backups, and you can have recovery for as short as long as you want. Some of these use cases for backend range from having SAP HANA databases backing up to S3 to performing SAP HANA system copies or building DR solutions around it. So the next tool that I'll be discussing is Cloud Endure. Cloud Endure is a service that AWS provides that helps us to migrate large-scale applications to the cloud relatively easily. Cloud Endure is deployed via an agent, and Cloud Endure can be used for legacy applications as long as they run on supported operating system platforms. Some of the operating system platforms range from the popular Linux flavors such as Red Hat, SUSE, and Ubuntu, to some of the older Windows OS platforms such as 2003, 2008, 2012, and 2016. Also supported are common databases such as Oracle and SQL Server. SAP has allowed us to use Cloud Endure for the SAP CRM, ERP, and S/4HANA offerings. This means that you don't have to purchase multiple application-specific replication tools when you're looking to migrate to the cloud. Cloud Endure works by continuous block replication and is a highly automated machine conversion tool. What are the benefits? Some of the benefits of Cloud Endure are that it's designed for rapid large-scale migrations, and being a simple unified solution, you don't have to worry about licensing, and you can just pick up one license for this tool. And Cloud Endure is free and is offered at no cost for AWS customers and partners, and we can get into how you could get more licensing, how you can obtain a license to do the same at the end of this. Cloud Endure can also be used to design DR solutions, allowing for application to standby instances that can be scaled up if needed. Cloud Endure is something that we have at CONTAX recently used for a migration that we have been lucky to be a part of. A Canadian bottled water company is a client of ours, and they were looking to migrate from their legacy data center onto AWS really quickly. But given that they were coming into the busiest time of the year, they could not afford any downtime. We were able to successfully complete phase 1 of the migration without having any issues. And we're looking to complete the phase 2 shortly. Some of the other use cases for Cloud Endure are on-premises to cloud DR solutions, on-premises to on-prem DR solutions, cross-region DR solutions, and cross-cloud DR solutions for those who want to leverage the most of this. I should now hand it over to Alex so that he can continue talking to you guys about Amazon TextRact, which is another pretty cool tool.
Thanks, Aaron. The next topic we're going to talk about is Amazon TextRact. It's a machine learning service that automatically extracts text from scanned documents that goes beyond, simple optical character recognition, or also known as OCR. TextRact can read and process any type of document, accurately extracting text, handwritten, tables, or other data without any manual effort. It is a simple pay-per-use service that allows companies to benefit from the power of machine learning without requiring any machine learning experience. TextRact can extract data in minutes versus hours or days. At CONTAX, we have started to develop a solution that leverages TextRact and combines it with our CONTAX Arcus solution, which is our SAP EDI managed services in the cloud. This solution would work for electronic documents that have a high volume of manual entry, like a supplier invoice, customer sales order, or remittance advice. These documents will be scanned using AWS TextRact OCR functionality to extract the data to be translated using the CONTAX Arcus translation services and passed to SAP as an IDOC. The CONTAX team will monitor and support any errors related to data accuracy and work with the business unit for errors related to business information. Some of the key benefits of this solution are reduce effort by internal resources for manual data entry, and increase accuracy by automating the document creation. Next, we're going to talk about Amazon forecast. I'm going to hand this over to Tim, who's going to talk more about that.
Yeah, my name is Tim Bryan. I'm a materials management, production planning, functional consultant here at CONTAX. Been trying to diversify my skills a little bit and try and implement these AWS services into my day-to-day work. So we're going to talk about Amazon Forecast first. It's a really powerful tool for leveraging machine learning without advanced technical qualifications. Amazon.com actually uses the same underlying technology as Amazon Forecast for procuring and shipping products via Amazon Prime. I think we all know how convenient and reliable Amazon Prime is. Imagine being able to leverage this tool for raw material procurement or for your production team. So like I said, Amazon Forecast enables powerful machine learning without code. AutoML is a built-in tool that will run various algorithms on your data. These algorithms can range from standard machine learning modeling all the way to proprietary deep neural networks. And AutoML is going to pick the best one for your data. Like most AWS services, you're only paying for usage. There's no upfront investment. You're simply paying for the time that the calculations are running. Amazon Forecast also has the ability to factor in weather data and holiday calendars to improve forecast accuracy. You can also load a custom-related data set if you think it's influencing your trends at all. So at the end of the day, these tools are only worth using if they have a direct impact on the business. Amazon Forecast can help with planning inventory, whether that's raw material procurement or make-to-stock production. For customer service or support industries, Amazon Forecast can help with workforce planning. And if you have capacity planning implemented into your SAP production process, you can incorporate Amazon Forecast for more long-term planning at your various work centers. You can also predict revenue and sales using Amazon Forecast for yearly projections or reporting purposes. Today, companies try to use everything from simple spreadsheets to complex financial planning software to generate forecasts, but high accuracy remains elusive. Amazon Forecast actually enables you to generate probabilistic forecasts. What this means is that you can adjust the range your forecast will predict within. For example, if you're forecasting procurement needs of a critical raw material, you'll want a high interval like 90%, since under forecasting would be more detrimental than over forecasting. For a less critical material, maybe indirect procurement, you might lower the interval to 50%, since under forecasting would be acceptable and over forecasting would be a waste of money. All right, moving on to Amazon QuickSight. It's a powerful alternative to traditional business intelligence solutions. What sets QuickSight apart is its serverless nature and the machine learning insights it generates. I'll discuss both of these features, and I'm going to demonstrate a QuickSight dashboard that I've built later. So this is an example of a serverless architecture for automatically feeding data from SAP into QuickSight. Just a little context on all these services. S3 is Amazon's simple storage solution. Lambda is a serverless compute service that can respond to events in your AWS environment. AWS Glue is a data cataloging service for splitting your data into tables. And Amazon Athena is for querying data with SQL. So our data is pulled from SAP. This SAP instance could be in the AWS cloud or on premises. It works either way in this scenario. And when the data lands in S3, it'll trigger a Lambda function to have a crawler discover the schema of our data and catalog it. Glue then runs an ETL job to compress the data, which saves a ton of time and money when pulling the data into other places. Finally, Amazon Athena queries the data into QuickSight for visualization. And again, this whole architecture is serverless. So all the resources are started when the SAP data lands in S3, and they're not costing you anything when the process is complete. And this is just a little comparison of QuickSight versus traditional BI. QuickSight enables BI with a low monthly cost compared to traditional BI solutions, which generally require the purchase of an expensive license. QuickSight has a low barrier of entry in terms of cost and skill. Traditional BI solutions often need a critical mass of users to become cost effective. And QuickSight and most AWS services can easily scale to tens of thousands of users, whereas traditional BI may require license or hardware upgrades. Also, QuickSight dashboards can be viewed on all mobile devices for on-the-go visualization. This includes iOS or Android devices. So let me go ahead and show you the dashboard I built. Let me change screens real quick. This is just a sample. The data I'm showing here is just a sample hospital data set. What you're seeing right now is what the end user will see. So that could be decision makers in your business. They won't be able to create or delete visuals, but they still have some ability to manipulate what they're seeing. So as an example, you can click on, if we wanted to isolate one hospital, you can click on this pie chart and it'll adjust all the other visuals on the dashboard here. Let me remove this filter. Right now we're showing the top 10 hospital category or hospital visit categories, but if we wanted to adjust this and only see the top 3, we could do that, and a few of these visuals are going to adjust for us. So let's take a look at what somebody with author access can do in QuickSight. You can add AI suggested insights to your dashboard. So all of these are QuickSight's engine generating insights for us. So we can add this to our dashboard. And we'll see that the total discount for 2018 increased by 2%, for example. You can also add forecasts to time series charts, and we can adjust the prediction interval. So if I were to lower this prediction interval, it's going to give us a more narrow forecast, and we'll see that reflected on the chart here. Finally, if I wanted to add a new visual, maybe to get some more insight on the physicians across the hospital network, we would just click Add Visual and drag the physician field into the autograph. And it's going to create a nice visual for us here of count of records by physician. So as you can see, there's some pretty powerful tools here, which I think can make a real impact. I'd say the best part of all these is someone with business knowledge, but without coding ability can still achieve the same insights as someone with that advanced coding knowledge. So I'll hand it back to Alex now.
Before we discuss next steps, I'd just like to thank everyone for joining the webinar today, and special thanks to our 3 speakers, including myself, Srinath from AWS, Aaron, and Tim from CONTAX. Our goal today was to kind of give you a bit of a preview and provide some education on what AWS and CONTAX has to offer, other than hosting your SAP workloads on the cloud. And what we'd really like to do next is take an opportunity to set up a complimentary discovery workshop, either to explore one or many of these services in more details that we discussed today. And the idea is to dive a little bit deeper, provide a bit more information, really understand your business problems and how we might be able to solve this with AWS. And in the end, we would provide a bit of an initial cost estimate. From there, if there's still interest and you'd like to continue the conversations, our recommendation is to do a proof of concept. That is the beauty of doing these innovations on the cloud, is the low entry point for cost. We'll work with you to come up with a trial that is affordable to you. So thanks again for everyone attending our webinar. Like I mentioned earlier, we have recorded this webinar and we will be posting this and sharing this to everyone that attended. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.